Welcome to COMANDOLIN. Today taking a look at Blackbird by the Beatles. Classic tune. It just really works out great for the 8-stringer here. Man, like it's made for the thing. This was a great viewer suggestion that I'm surprised I didn't already know. So I went online, got my trusty Beatles book out, and I just couldn't find a complete version of the thing. The handy dandy book here was missing some guitar lines that are really, I think, signature to the sound of the thing. So it took a little doing, but I think we've got a complete version here that really works out great. Hey, before we get going, be sure to subscribe down below. COMANDOLIN, doing all these lessons and tutorials and reviews and such. Be sure, picking something up. Check out the COMANDOLIN store down below for t-shirts and stickers and hoodies and all the fun stuff. And of course I put the PayPal thing there at the bottom. If you're getting something from the channel, watching the channel, could kick it a buck or two, hey, that'd be awesome and much appreciated. But without further ado, let's get after it. Blackbird. Alright, so apologizing in advance if you can hear the fan in the background, but it's summertime and it's hot, so if you hear a little white noise back there, it's just a fan. Alright, here's the first phrase. All this is G chord, one finger G chord, second fret of the A string, and the other two open below it. You go to this little nifty chord, second on the G, third on the C, with the open D in between it. Now just slide everything up. So you go fourth, open, and fifth. Sit here on this big high G chord, which is kind of a home base for the song, if you will. And it's open G, 5th fret, middle 2 strings, 7th fret on the high E. Now I kind of simulate, he does the finger picking. But it's really hard to, finger picking on the mando, you lose so much of your volume and stuff that you can approximate that pretty well just by going up and down with the pick. And then just jumps right into the verse. Alright, so for the open little melody for the verse here is this, which is placing your ring finger on the 5th fret of the D. We're going to walk up on the G below with open, 2nd, and 4th. Once you get to the 4th, you lay your ring finger across the 5th fret, the middle 2 strings. First one you're going to hit is the 5th fret on the A string, and then just finish out the G chord that's just laying there, 4, 5, and 5. Now, in its simplest form, you're just doing this. But 2 of the notes you're going to hit twice. That one twice, and then that one twice. Right next to each other. Hope that makes sense. Okay, moving right into this little melody here. I'll play it for you and break it down. And what we're doing here is 2nd fret on the A string, 5th fret on the G string, and open in between them. You have to use this fingering because you're getting ready to need this finger. So, and there he is, you plop it right there, the 5th fret on the D string. Shift into an A7 chord, which is 6 on the G, 5th there, and open. Now, you hit the open A, then the open A plus the open D, 5th fret on the D, 1st of the D, and 3rd on the A, fifth on the A, and then settle right back in here, second fret, the two middle ones. So that whole little phrase together. One more time. Now, just going to drop that bottom note from the second to the first fret, keeping the other one in the same position. I didn't do that very well. Open A and D, the middle two strings. First finger on the second fret of the A string, fifth on the D, and resolving down here to the fifth fret of the bottom two. Now, in full disclosure, this chord right here technically has a C sharp, sixth fret of the G string on top of it, and if you can get it there without flubbing it, it does fill out that chord nicely. But it's also really tricky and highly flubbable is a term I like to use. So a lot of times I'll just skip that note. And just, again, landing right on the fifth fret of the top two strings. So that whole little phrase again. Drop that to a minor, C minor. It's going to be fifth fret, which you're already on, a fifth fret of the G, and then dropping down here to the first fret on the D string. And then will be this melody. So what we're coming up on next is this melody here. What we're doing, starting on a C chord shape, if you will, fourth fret on the G, fifth fret on the D, 1, 2, 3. So you hit them both the first time, and then just hit the D two more times, so 3 total. Open A. Now, here's a chord where you just lay your finger across the second fret of all the strings, the bottom 3 strings, G, D, and the A strings, and then let go to the open A. So that sounds, and then come down here, fifth to the second on the D string. Now open A and D, back to the fifth, second there, open, and fifth with the open. I like to hit the octave down there, sounds real nice. Time. So that whole thing. All right, so that's going to move us into this line. Which is simply up here, the bottom part of a C chord, fifth fret on the bottom 2 strings, and 7th fret on the A string. Come down to this kind of 7th position, like when we did the intro, 4th on the G, open D, and 5th here. And move down to the 2nd fret, basically do the exact same thing. It's 2nd fret on the bottom 2 and 4th here, and then you'll again let go. 2nd, open, 3rd, and then resolve to the G. 2nd for the A string. And it just goes right back into the verse that we just did. But now it gets up to the chorus. And what this is a big high F chord, 7th fret on the D, and then 8th fret on the top 2. Going to drop down to 5, 7, and 8, and then to a 3, 5, and 3. Basically, just bar the 3rd fret and put your finger, pick up that 5th fret in between them. I like to stop on that 2nd time. Then it does a little melody here. What this is, 3rd fret on the high E to the 1st, 5th on the A, and back to the 1st. And now twice on the 5th, 3rd, 1st, and then 5th down here on the D string. Coming up to the instrumental part, I guess you'd say. Exactly the intro there. Just what we did before. But from here, I'll play it for you and then break it down. That's what we're shooting for here. So we're going to start, like I say, with like the intro, walking up. Now from here we're going to go to a C chord. But we're going to do a different kind of C chord, where it's 5th fret on the 5th fret on the G, 5th fret on the D, and 3rd fret on the A, and then open E. Make sure you get that open E, because that's the melody there. To a C diminished now. So from this chord that we were just on, we're going to move this up to the 6th fret. This still stays on the 5th, and now we'll pick up the 3rd fret on the high E and be sure and hit the A below. Just hit all the strings. So now you're going to go to an open D chord, just 2, open, open, and 2. 1st fret on the D string, 5th fret on the A, or 5th fret on the high E, and hit the open A between them. You resolve to an E minor, your basic E minor, 2nd fret in the middle 2, and 3rd here. One more time. Drop that bottom note of the E minor. This will go from the 2nd to the 1st. Everything else will be the same. So your E minor will be 2, 2, and 3. And then when you drop it, it'll just be 1, 2, and 3. So far. Now back to the D, back to the C diminished, the 6, 5, and 3, and back to the C chord. The exact C chord we just did, 5, 5, and 3. I'm trying to keep my fingers out of the way so you can see here. That's that C chord, 5, 5, 3, and open. Now from here, we're going to drop down to a minor, 5th, 5th, and 6th fret here. And from the rest of this, it's going to seem very familiar. We'll drop down to the 7th chord again, 4th, open. Down here, major chord, 2nd, 2nd, 4th. Back to the 7th chord, 2nd, open, and 3rd. And landing on our G chord there. So that whole little, interlude, one more time. After that part, just goes right back into the chorus again. That's pretty much all the parts of the song. Except that it sits here, like in this song, this is where the birds are coming in pretty heavy. And it just kind of fades there. And then goes. Just the same walk ups and downs we've been doing. It goes right back into the verse. And again, these are all the parts of the song now. When it gets back here the last time, goes, does this 3 times. And then one more time, walks up and back down, which is the end of the song, and it's the same walks as before. Pretty much is the whole song. Alright, hey, thanks for tuning in to COMANDOLIN. Hope you enjoyed this look at Blackbird by the Beatles. We'll see you next time.